The truth occurs. The truth occurs.
Hi you guys, I just saw this weird and kind of ridiculous video. It's this one. This is some real stuff. Virgin Mary shows herself in center of gleaming sun in Africa. There's a bunch of people standing around and there's this glare from the sun, as you can see in the video, and then a figure appears, and we all know it's the Virgin Mary because it looks like the Virgin Mary, and we all know what the Virgin Mary looks like because everybody knows she looks like this. She always has a blue cloak or whatever over her. We all know what the Virgin Mary looks like, right? So they're standing there and they're all freaking out because they see a vague figure of a woman who of course has this blue, not a cloak, but like veil over her or whatever you call it. Gotta be the Virgin Mary. You know what? All I could think was, these people must obviously not have the internet because they obviously have never heard of Project Bluebeam. I mean, if I saw the Virgin Mary in the clouds or in the sunlight, that's the first thing that I would think of. Project Bluebeam. If you want like a little primer, you can even find it on Rational Wiki. Project Bluebeam, well, as they describe it here, is a conspiracy theory that claims that NASA is attempting to implement a new age religion with the Antichrist at its head and start a new world order, total conspiracy theory, via a technologically simulated second coming. Well, they couldn't possibly be doing that. I mean, that's just nutty. This came from, originally it was a journalist from Quebec, whose name was Serge Monast, who published a book called Project Bluebeam, NASA. Basically, it said that it was going to be a plan in several steps. Step one, breakdown of all archaeological knowledge, as in where man comes from. But you know, there are a lot of problems with the accepted knowledge that we have from archaeology that doesn't add up. So who knows, maybe there a breakdown is needed. Maybe we need to talk about, you know, the true origins of man and the fact that we've been around here for a long time, a lot longer than the official you know, position would have us believe. Step two involves a gigantic space show wherein three-dimensional laser projections are beamed all over the planet. So they're going to have, you know, Jesus or Muhammad or Buddha or whoever you believe in is going to be up in the clouds. And then people are going to think God is coming. I don't know. At the end of the light show, the gods will all merge into one god, the Antichrist. Who else? And then step three involves making people think their God is speaking to them through telepathy, projected into the head of each person individually using extremely low frequency radio waves. Step four, making humanity think an alien invasion is about to occur at every major city. Yeah, that would be a good part of the psyop, wouldn't it? Making the Christians think the rapture is about to happen. A mixture of electronic and supernatural forces, allowing the supernatural forces to travel through fiber optics, coax, power, and telephone lines to penetrate all electronic equipment and appliances that will by then all have special microchip installed. You know, I do believe that this is real, Project Bluebeam. I mean, the New World Order has a track record for nothing but deception upon deception. I mean, it's the point where the only thing you can be sure of is that you're being lied to and deceived. So, especially with religion and things like that, they would do something like that, wouldn't they? Project, you know, the Virgin Mary up in the sky. And it would make sense that they would test it out in a place like some little town in Africa where people aren't probably too tech savvy and have probably never heard of this kind of stuff, and they would actually believe it. I like to refer also to the Illuminati card game by Stephen Jackson, because you know he was right about the World Trade Center and the Pentagon and Hurricane Katrina and a lot of things. So what does he have to say about this? Well, he does have a card, and it's called Messiah. And it says, play this card at any time except during an attack. Link it to any personality you control. That person is hailed as the Messiah by millions worldwide. The new Messiah's power and resistance are both increased by 4 + 2 more for every church you control at any given time. Sounds about right to me. fake messiahs, people following after false messiahs, false prophets, the church being controlled, Project Bluebeam, Virgin Mary showing up in the clouds looking the way we all expect her to look. That's the kind of thing you would expect from the New World Order. I do think there's something to it. I don't think it, I mean, it could be some kind of just natural phenomenon, but I don't know, it really seemed to have the shape of a woman, and I would bet you that they're probably testing out this technology. So I just want to let you know that I don't think it's the Virgin Mary. I think it's the New World Order, Project Bluebeam. And I hope that nobody else, well, probably none of you think it's the Virgin Mary, but I hope people don't fall for this kind of nonsense. Well, thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.